Hello, right, this is how to replace the air filter on a Toyota Celica, or Celica if you are in America. Now this is the 140 version. I have never done it on the 190 version, but I believe they're the same. Dead simple job. A lot of people will already know how to do this. The reason for the video is because some people won't, and it is one of those jobs that you should be doing yourself, to be honest. You don't want to be sending your car into the mechanic and paying over the odds for something like this. It'll literally take a few minutes to do. So what you want, well basically what happens, I'll go through the whole thing, but this is your air box. The air filter is underneath there. You have a butterfly valve before it, which basically restricts the airflow to the engine to improve emissions, blah blah blah, etc, etc. And what you need to do is you need to take the air filter out to obviously replace it, and you will be replacing it with an equivalent panel filter, like so. This is the new one. Give you the part number that I purchased anyway. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. There we go. Not going to break the bank. I think I paid £9 for this. Obviously this is not a performance one, it's just a box standard one from eBay. You can get a K&N one if you want to pay 60 quid or whatever, but I paid 9 quid for that one. I think that's exactly the same one as is coming out. But yeah, let's just crack on with it. It's dead simple. With the airbox you have a clip here, bang that off. You have a clip, if I get the torch, you have a clip there, see that one there, that there, I'll just get my finger in, click that one off, and you have one down there which is already off on this, that one there. As you can see, that little clip down there, just push them off. And then at the front you have these. I don't believe this is standard on all of them, but there's a clip there, and a clip under there. I think mine have snapped, so I can just push my airbox cover off. And if we look inside, let me see if I can put the camera somewhere so you can see. You can see the old air filter just there, and the butterfly valve assembly which is there. And it's dead simple to get the panel filter out. I'm going to put this in my gob, and this torch in my gob, and see if I can just lift it out one-handed. There we go. Air filter out. Definitely needed a change compared to the new one. Well, underneath, it's important you put it in the right way, but you can't really go wrong. So yeah, was definitely overdue, so we'll be putting this new one in. However, what you also have is, hopefully you'll be able to see, you have this butterfly valve. I'm going to pull it out, it just lifts up. It's in, I'll show you in a second. Well actually, first things first, let me get the camera again. Let me bring you down to have a look. You'll see at the back, hopefully, there's a little vacuum line attached. Pull that off, shift it out the way. And then all you do is lift, why isn't it coming out? It's stuck, there we go. Lift it up and pull it out. And there you have it, butterfly valve. Let me put this back so you can see, hopefully. So, what this does is, obviously it sits in front of your air filter. The vacuum line attaches here on the top. That's normally a bit longer, but I've had this off. I've done a delete before, and when it was out I managed to drop it and snap the wire off. But that vacuum line down there attaches to it, and what it does is, below a certain RPM the intake is actually closed. It sort of sucks air through there, forces this up, and your intake's restricted, so the air can only go through into the engine through this port here. When you go above 4,000 RPM, it's not the same as lift, it's just for emissions purposes. When you go above 4,000 RPM ish, the vacuum stops and the intake fully opens, and you do hear a little difference in the engine tone, and it gives you a little bit more power, a little bit more noise, and a lot more fuel consumption, which is why I put this back on, because when it's permanently open, this car seems to, it increases the fuel consumption a little bit. It gives you a great noise. It gives you the noise that you have normally above 4,000 from basically zero, but it also causes you to lose a little bit of low down torque, and to be honest, you don't have much to start with. So I just put it back on, and I'll just live with the engine as standard. To be honest, the Toyota engineers engineered the engine, and they put this in for a reason. So you can remove it if you want. I choose to put it back in. You probably, normally people take this out to get the better induction noise. To be honest, you're probably better off getting a performance air filter, which will give you the induction noise, and leave this in to keep your fuel economy at the normal level. So we're going to put this back in. To put this back in, let me bring the camera back down again. All you do is you obviously lift this up. Let me get the torch. Hopefully you can see the runners there down the side. They're on each side, and you just need to make sure that sort of the edges of the butterfly valve go into those grooves so that it sits nice and flush. It's kind of notched there as well, and obviously this notch here fits in there. So the only thing we need to do is to put it back into place, which I will attempt to do now. Can I do it while holding the camera? I'll try. You just basically put it in and ensure the notches go in. It's a little bit difficult one-handed because you can't actually see where the notches are at the back. I'll do it with both hands. And hopefully it'll be a bit easier. Hopefully you can still see up there. But you know what I'm trying to do. If the video sucks, I'll just delete this part and come back to you once it's done. There we go. In. So you can see, hopefully, if I get the torch, you can see they're sort of both in their notches there, and it's in properly. Next thing to do is to get a hold of that vacuum line there and put it on the little nozzle. Again, mine's short. Story of my life. Push that into the hole in the side of the airbox, and then put it on the. Sorry, I know you can't see. Put it on the end, so you end up with it looking something like that, and then that'll all work normally. So the only thing to do now is to put the air filter back in. It takes a little bit of wiggling, but it should just go in. You just got to make sure that it sits sort of flush with the top here, so that the airbox closes up. But other than that, job will be a good one. Dead simple. Just make sure you put it in like that and not like that, because obviously this bit here needs to fit into the correct groove. So lift that up, push it in. You might need to give it a little bit of force once it's in, just to get it to sit properly. Just push it in. Make sure it's flush all the way down, which mine is not. Although it might be. No, it's not. It's not sitting properly. I'll come back to you once it's done, but it is literally a case of just pushing it into position. It can just sometimes be a little bit fiddly. There we go. Perfect. So now, hopefully, you can see it fitting flush in the hole where it is supposed to be. Vacuum line's attached, butterfly valve is in place, doesn't wiggle. So now all we got to do, push the airbox on, clip it back into place, bash the clips back on, and we are done. And you just saved yourself half an hour labour at the garage. I'll do that after the video. So yeah, that is that. That was that. £9 to replace the air filter, and that's all there is to it. So thank you for watching. Hope you found it helpful, and hopefully you found the explanation about the butterfly valve helpful as well. Again, it's just simply a case of just, oh sorry, one point. If you take the butterfly valve out and decide to keep it out, just make sure you put a screw or something in the vacuum line just to close it off, and then you'll be fine. And obviously it's non-destructive, so you can just pull it, if you decide to put it back in, pull the screw back out the vacuum line and plug it back in. But yeah, dead simple job. Hopefully you found it helpful, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.